Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. Montgomery County Executive Marc Elrich and other government officials joined residents at that Climate Action Plan town hall and open house recently.
We're going to take the Brookfield bus depot, and it's going to be retrofitted for EV bus charging. The county's got 16 solar projects, close to 8 megawatts total, and there are over 9,200 residential solar installations throughout the county. And one of the things I'm hoping is, besides the green bake, I'm hoping that we can try to move forward the way California did with what's called residential PACE, where people are able to pay for solar projects and other energy projects similar on their property tax bills over 20 years.
The county approved a climate emergency resolution with the goal to reduce greenhouse gases by 80% by 2027 and 100% by 2035. 150 community members have volunteered and formed working groups. These volunteers bring a combination of backgrounds and strong interests in energy and climate change. At the event, they offered 850 recommendations for the county to consider. Montgomery County Councilmember Tom Hucker is introducing a bill to eliminate a threat to our environment from above. Susan Kennedy has the story.
It's estimated that more than 100,000 marine mammals die each year from plastic entanglement or ingestion of balloons and their strings.
It authorizes civil penalties for organized releases of helium-filled balloons.
But a new bill introduced by Councilmember Tom Hucker aims to eliminate that threat to the environment.
So why is that a bad thing? That's a bad thing because all these helium-filled balloons return to Earth. Whatever goes up has to come down. And whether they fall on our land, they fall in our watershed and drain right into the Chesapeake Bay and its tributaries, and eventually find their way out into the Atlantic.
Bill 620 would ban the release of helium-filled latex or mylar balloons. At a press conference to announce the measure, he was joined by representatives from several environmental groups who support the proposal.
Once released, balloons can travel for hundreds of miles before they burst or deflate and become litter. They're commonly made of latex or mylar and present a danger to animals who perceive them as food. For example, when balloons burst, they resemble jellyfish, the natural prey of sea turtles. If ingested, the balloons block their digestive tract, or animals may get caught in the ribbons attached to them, hindering their ability to move around and feed.
Hucker's bill would penalize anyone who intentionally releases helium-filled balloons outdoors with a $500 civil penalty for the first offense and $750 for subsequent offenses. A similar bill is pending at the state level for people who intentionally organize balloon releases, and that violation would be a $250 fine. Hucker says by introducing this bill, he hopes to educate the public about the dangers of balloon releases to the environment and animals.
In the legislative process, we will certainly talk to our county agencies about having a public education campaign through this, to inform the public. We have many very, effective communication channels headed up by our staff and the executive branch as well.
The public hearings on the measure will be scheduled this spring. Reporting from Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy.
Governor Larry Hogan visited RS Automotive, the first fully electric car charging station in the country, right here in Tacoma Park. He awarded the owner with a governor's citation for the clean energy achievement.
Everybody kind of tighten up so we can fit everybody.
My goodness, what a nice feeling. Amazing, Like I mentioned, I've seen him on TV so many times, but to actually, see the person and shake his hands, oh, what a good feeling.
It's the first one of its kind, and to take a former gas station and to talk about a clean solution and to look at it, it's really a neat solution.
If you, as a single person, you just contribute a little bit, it'll make a difference. Eventually, in the long run, other people will see you, and then they will follow suit too.
As federal officials continue to monitor the outbreak of the respiratory illnesses caused by a new form of coronavirus, County Executive Marc Elrich and County Health and Emergency Management officials are coordinating efforts across agencies as well as with state officials and healthcare providers to ensure we are prepared for the situation as it evolves.
The big symptoms for coronavirus do mimic a host of other conditions, such as a common cold or the flu in many ways. The most common symptoms are a fever, a cough, and shortness of breath. If you're an otherwise healthy person, your body should be able to mount an immune response that will address that inflammation and address that damage in a fairly quickly manner. You may be sick for a few days and develop symptoms and experience those symptoms, but you will rebound and recover and do fine. The biggest thing is washing hands, and I cannot underscore how important it is to wash your hands and practice good hand hygiene, making sure you also wash surfaces that you come into contact with to minimize your exposure to germs, to minimize other folks' exposure to potential germs. And what's interesting is the coronavirus, COVID-19, is highly susceptible to soap and water and standard, household cleaners. So cleaning those surfaces is important.
Stay informed by using trusted sources for up-to-date information. The county's website includes information on prevention techniques, as well as links to the CDC and other resources. And sign up for alerts through the county's Alert Montgomery notification system. Coming up on County Report this week, the primary presidential election in Maryland will be on April 28th, and the Board of Election wants eligible voters to register as soon as possible. And County Executive Marc Elrich reads to children during Read Across America Day. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The presidential primary election is just a few weeks away in Maryland, and the Board of Elections continues looking for registered voters to serve as election workers at polling places. For this election cycle, the board has implemented a new texting service where county residents can just text to get election information in the palm of their hands.
So for the upcoming 2020 presidential primary elections, the Montgomery County Board of Election is implementing a new tool, your smartphone. So you can register online by texting the word VOTE to 77788. In addition, you could request to vote by mail, and you could receive the application to do so by texting the word VBM, vote by mail, VBM, to 77788.
The primary election will be held on Tuesday, April 28th. Early voting will take place from April 16th through the 23rd. Remember, that text number is 77788, and you will receive a link to help you register to vote or with instructions on how to serve. For more information, you can also visit 777vote.org or call 240-777-8533. Montgomery County Business Connect is hosting the We Thrive Women's Entrepreneurs Conference and Expo at the Silver Spring Civic Building on March 19th. Joining us is Marianne Silstra from the Washington, D.C. SCORE chapter. Thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about SCORE and also about this conference.
Thanks, Lorna. SCORE is a nationwide nonprofit and a resource partner of the Small Business Administration. Our mission is to provide free mentoring and low-cost workshops to small business. As you mentioned, on March 19th, our chapter will be presenting our second We Thrive Women's Conference, and we're really excited this year to have Montgomery County's Business Connect as a presenting partner at the conference. At the conference, women will enjoy a full day of learning based on their own entrepreneurial journey. The conference attendees will self-select from 3 tracks: creativity to start, confidence to scale, and courage to soar. Within each track, we will have 3 learning breakouts which cover marketing, resources, and leadership. In addition, we have 2 great keynote speakers and a panel which will feature the entrepreneurial journeys of 3 very successful women business owners. We also are catering a delicious lunch catered by a woman-owned Montgomery County business. The evening prior to the event, we're hosting a wine tasting and networking reception in Arlington at BizLaunch, our other presenting partner. Women will mingle with conference sponsors, conference speakers, and special guests while enjoying the beautiful views of downtown DC's skyline, sipping wine from women-owned local vineyards, and being inspired by our women entrepreneurs in history exhibit, which is part of Women's History Week. So jump online and please get registered as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Marianne. And for more information about the conference, including registration links, visit washingtondc.score.org/WeThrive. Read Across America Day was celebrated this week, and here in the county, we had Executive Marc Elrich and Councilmember Gabe Albornoz read to young ones at the Wheaton Library. Read Across America Day, also known as Dr. Seuss Day, is a yearly observance inaugurated by the National Education Association. It is held on the school day that is nearest to March 2nd, Dr. Seuss's birthday. Dr. Seuss is best known for authoring over 60 children's books. And this bus driver doesn't just drive a school bus, he operates a library on wheels. MCPS has a story.
I was a librarian for many years. I have a master's degree in library science, and I never thought that one day I would drive the school bus. And I always tell them that, this is not only a school bus, this is the extension of your classroom. And because I was a librarian and I loved the books, I thought that might be a good idea to get some books and give it to the kids while they are on my bus, so they can read and maybe they would calm down a little bit. I started to buy the books for the kids from the public library, cheap, like 50 cents, $1 each from my own pocket. And then I called Andrea at the MCPS and I told her the story. And they were very cooperative. After a few days, they called me from an office and they told me, Saeed, we are more than happy to help you with the books. And the kids, they were very happy. That was the whole idea.
Oh my God!
Other things I do on my bus, we have a contest. On the bus, I ask the kids either draw a school bus and write on it what they are not supposed to do on a school bus, or the older kids, they can write a short story about a school bus. They meet a friend, they became a long life friend. So far, I have collected many short stories and wonderful school bus drawings. You might see some of them I put on my bus. And I hope one day I'll be able to publish a book, and title would be My Life on a School Bus. Ultimately, I would like to see what I'm doing here. I would love to see that it will expand it to the other buses in the county.
We love books!
And with that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember, you can find more information about Montgomery County at montgomerycountymd.gov or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.